Tuesday on In Focus, we begin a four-part series that examines languages in Africa on the verge of extinction. VOA producer Bart Child took part in a recent study of those languages on the continent. Joining us now to tell us more about it is Bart. How are you?
Good morning.
Welcome and thanks for being here. Now, you traveled with this team of researchers to West Africa, went to Sierra Leone first. Indeed, what do the researchers say that it leads to them to conclude that a language is about to be extinct?
Well, it's by the number of people who speak it, obviously. In this part of Sierra Leone, it was just a handful, 20 to 25 people who speak it, and that is, by definition, a dead language already.
Wow. Now, they go there to try and document this language. What is involved in this? What does it take?
It takes speakers to find them in the first place. They're very much in a remote part of Africa. It's very hard to find them to begin with. And once they do, they're generally very old and have not spoken the language for quite some time. So initially, they have to find them, document their language, make an alphabet, and then prepare lesson books from that alphabet.
Now, what do they hope to achieve with this?
At the very least, get the language documented before it dies. At the very best, resuscitate the language so that it's used again and the culture can stay alive.
Yeah. Now, you did document this yourself, through video. How did you shoot this?
I basically had some tools that I used. I used two cameras. I used a solar collector to charge my batteries. I used a small laptop-sized satellite uplink to transmit the things. So it was very much a kind of catch-as-catch-can arrangement.
Yeah, that's tough. Now, what leads to, they say the demise of a language? Some languages just die. Is it a question of just demographics, as you said, a few people speaking it, or there's some social dynamics that gradually make the use of that language irrelevant? It's
very much a social dynamic in that a language dies basically because it has no socioeconomic reason to exist. Languages, particularly in West Africa, there's hundreds, if not thousands of languages, but they die when there's no relevance to the economy. If a young person doesn't speak the proper language, he can't get a job, and it's mostly socioeconomic reasons.
Now, the sad part is, some say, when a language dies, a lot more dies. Did you kind of get the sense of that?
Well, what happens is an identity dies, a culture dies with it. These children and young adults are losing a part of themselves. They're losing their identity, who they are as a culture, as a person. So it can be quite tragic.
Now, we wish the researchers and the speakers of this languages all the best, but realistically, is it possible to really save a language if it's on the verge or it's on the way to extinction?
Well, you'll see in the series that we had a little surprise at the end of the trip in that we found what was thought to be a dead language being spoken by young children. So that's very encouraging. The overall prognosis is bad, but in this case, there's a glimmer of hope.
We look forward to looking and appreciating your work in West Africa.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Bart. And that is Bart Child of the Voice of America. For more information on these stories, go to voanews.com.